Awushia after say Mustapha Salam MPP National Youth Organizer etimi engage with media ni bi no oma kwan anaso obi kwan ama media no so etimi ebusa no questions. Interesting questions were asked and interesting answers were given. Iboko in someone so between the media and then Mustapha Salam awoye MPP National Youth Organizer. But before you no so subscribe to YouTube channel where make sure say obe subscribe no like no comment no share sibia me update bia na wo so benye bi no ahwa. Awushia medika e de bro say Mustapha Salam awoye MPP National Youth Organizer otimi be piem ewo Upper East any media no etimi engagement echeche media no na so otimi echeche youth no mboa ana say ways are MPP for adapt am person mo de boa youth no say youth no etimi vote ema MPP na MPP ebedi ade a no wie no otimi ebie kwan ema youth no as media no etimi ebusa Mustapha Salam question say wuhia yenkotie insama na say nkura ho etimi call so between media and then Mustapha Salama or MPP National Youth Organizer.
The project. Palugu multi-purpose dam was supposed to be about the biggest ever investment in northern Ghana, about $1 billion. Now, if you followed the trajectory of the project, you would have realized that we had sourced funding from the China Development Bank on our exchange program with them, with the bauxite. Now, when the program took off, COVID hit, and therefore the funding arrangement with the Chinese people also comatosed. So we do not have power over nature. When we were going to the agreement, we did not know that Mother Nature would visit us in the form of COVID-19 that will distort the whole global system. So if you notice, there are other projects which were tied to the Ghana and China, bauxite deal that we have had to find alternative funding for. And that is exactly what we do with the Palugu Port Dam as well. We are trying to find a new funding source for it. But I can assure you, as a son of the soil, coming from this part, of Ghana, from the northern part of Ghana, I have a lot of interest in this project. Because when the Burkina open the Bakri Dam, we all see the devastation that happens. So if we are able to do it, it's one thing that will give us a lot of advantages, both in terms of power production and also in terms of agricultural production. Then on the issue of NADCO, I have followed NADCO very, very well from start to finish. It was supposed to be a 3-year program, and within the 3 years, we were supposed to integrate the trainees into more permanent jobs. NADCO was not a permanent fix to the unemployment situation. When we came into office, there was Unemployed Graduates Association, and every year we're churning out about 100,000 more graduates. If you left all these people sitting at home, I can tell you that was a national security threat, a ticking bomb waiting to explode at any time. We saw the Arab Spring in about 2011 thereabout. So any country that doesn't take interest in youth unemployment, you are just dealing with a very disastrous situation. Coming into office and noticing that we had to do something deliberate about the unemployment, we came out with very innovative ways, to get the youth engaged. And one of it was NADCO. We went in for 100,000 people, and I tell you, by the time that the 3-year period, elapsed, over 30,000 of them had gotten permanent placement and jobs. Over 30,000. Now, the rest, of course, there's been a challenge, with some areas and so on and so forth. I have personally had conversations with the leadership of NADCO at the time, and taking it to higher authorities. I know that the flag bearer personally has gotten involved in this matter and is having discussions with the Ministry of Finance, and I'm very, very sure that we will find a solution to it in getting the arrears for them. And by the grace of God, we are estimating, if you pick our manifesto, in terms of job creation, we are expecting that cumulatively, by the 4 years that God, inshallah, will give to Dr. Bawumia, would have created some 2 million jobs. So all of these people would find new, jobs to do. So that is the situation on NADCO. Quite unfortunate. We tried our best to ensure that we help these youth, and we will not, leave them in limbo. We'll try all that we can do to settle the matter. On mining, my brother, you are totally right when you say that mining affects the youth. In fact, when you go to all the mining areas, I have been to some of the mining sites, all you see are young people. Both the underground one, those who go into the shafts, and even those who do the plain alluvial, mining. Young people. And, to empower young people, I don't think that we should say there should be a total ban on mining, such a blanket statement. No. How can we regularize it and make it better? And if you pick the MPP's manifesto, you will see that we have taken our time to deal with the mining problem. Look, Ghana has over 5 trillion tons of unexplored gold still on the ground. Over 5 trillion tons of gold still underground, from the south all the way to the north. The north has a lot of gold that we don't talk about, but there's a lot of gold in the north as well. So if we are, sincere to ourselves, we have shown that we understand the mining problem much better with the policies that we are putting. And I want to assure all the Ghanaian youth with interest in mining that with Dr. Bawumia as president, with your Ghana card, we will find a place for you to mine legally and provide you with resources to get the machines that you want, so that you don't go looking for Chinese who come and start misbehaving on our lands by hand and digging just everywhere. And one thing that we should also add, we need sophisticated machinery, because anybody who has had a stint with mining will tell you that you can go on a 1 acre land, dig around and not find anything. But you notice that you have stored the land. So we need to find machine that when you put it on the land, you can identify where the gold is and dig, so that you don't go destroying the land haphazardly. So all of these things are things that we are going to do, in the interest of the youth. For me, as a youth leader, I'm very clear in my mind that it's an area that we need to develop, we need to open up to get a lot of jobs for the youth. But we also have to protect the environment. Because if you destroy the environment and you get money, the same money, you waste it on making sure that you take care of yourself, because the environment will have come at you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So the drips, let's talk about drips. Currently, there is tension in some constituencies. You know what happens at Salaga? People clash because of the drip machine, equipment, and whatever. And these things are actually usually the youth who are engaged. And you are a youth leader. Probably, if you have many messages regarding that. If, as we speak, there are other constituencies where they are still disagreeing.
I mean, I've watched some of these things, and it's just silly. I mean, there's no need to be clash. It took the mental thinking of this government to come out with TRIP. There is a cabinet subcommittee on critical roads which the vice president chaired. So this idea of TRIP emanated from the vice president, because when you go to the districts, there are so many roads, that the district assembly can even fix before contractors come on board, but they don't have the machinery. And most of the district assemblies don't have the resources to go, hire excavators, rulers, and so on and so forth. So they came out with the idea that then let's provide this machinery to the district assemblies. You work on the roads before we even, and make it motorable for people to be able to use, as we work to ensure there's funding for contractors to come and do the road asphalting, bitumen, and so on and so forth. So that is the background to it. So if the machines have gone to the districts, and you are not fighting about the work that it is coming to do, rather whose picture on it, then you're sick in the head. That's my response.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody.